You're sitting at a traffic light, thinking about the important meeting that you have coming up in 15 minutes. Your eyes barely catch a glimpse of the vehicle behind you in the rearview mirror as it hits your CRV. The pain of your injuries and lost time go through your mind just after the accident. You know your CRV is damaged, but it's very hard to tell by looking at it just how much damage there is and what you can do about it. This video is designed to make you aware of some of the repairs that your CRV may need after a minor rear-end collision. Maybe we can save you some money on unnecessary repairs and save you some time researching your CRV repair. If a collision to the back of your CRV was relatively minor, you may not see all that much damage when you first walk around to view the back of the vehicle. What looks like a few $100s worth of damage can prove to be thousands after further inspection. After watching this video, you will feel more confident about how to determine your repair needs and how to inspect your CRV during and after the repair process. Your insurance company may ask you to sign a release when the work is complete. You want to be certain the work is done correctly before you sign these documents. So how do you know what to look for? Start off with the easy stuff and work your way further in. The bumper is just the beginning. Chances are, if you see scratches, dings, cracks, you need to check and see if it's loose. If it feels loose, there's probably some damage underneath on the structure that supports the bumper or bumper cover. A couple of quick ways to check the level of damage underneath the bumper cover are to open the rear door and run your hand along the back, looking for any distortion of the surfaces, any variation. Basically, look for anything that doesn't seem normal. You can also place a towel on the ground, lie on your back with a flashlight, and look up at the underside. Although you may not be familiar with the vehicle, from this angle you can usually tell what shapes and curves are engineered and what were the result of the impact. If you see any changes to the trunk, this is worth noting. The spare tire. On an SUV with a rear-mounted spare tire, or wart, as we affectionately call them, damage to the rear door can be greater because the spare tire makes contact with the impacting vehicle first. Of course, the rear door was not designed to be a bumper, and the cost of repairs can be quite high. Check your spare tire for indications of impact, including scratches, dents, and the shifting of the position. Frequently, the bottom of the spare tire will be pushed inward. It'll actually bend the rear mounting bracket on the door. This is quite an expensive repair. Also check for damage to the spare tire itself. Open your rear door to see that your hinges are not out of alignment. Be sure it opens and closes as it should, and that it stays closed. Inspect your exhaust system. If you see any signs of impact, add this to your list. Sometimes it can get pushed down, it can get pushed inward, creating a disconnect somewhere between the tailpipe and the engine itself. At this point, if you've found damage, you will likely need to get a professional estimate. If you deal with a certified repair shop, you may receive better service and also better quality of work. After your repair is complete and they've handed you the keys, one of the first things you'll want to check is your electrical system. When the repairs are done, wiring often gets in the way, so you'll want to be sure everything was reassembled correctly. An easy way to do this is to verify that your tail lights, brake lights, turn signals, or reverse lights, even the license plate bulbs, are working correctly. Getting back on the road with no brake lights is a dangerous situation, and every once in a while it happens after a collision repair. Also, the wiring for your rear window defogging element is wired through your rear door. It could be weeks before you realize that this feature is no longer working, so you'll want to verify it before you leave the dealership. Another important rear door electrical check is to verify that the rear window wiper is working correctly. Again, the wiring that runs through the door can be overlooked only to disappoint you on a rainy day. Following the electrical system, the exhaust system is very important because you don't want to contaminate the air inside your vehicle or risk the environment with emissions. As a driver, a simple test is to start your vehicle, walk around it listening for any unusual engine noise coming from the exhaust pipes under the vehicle. Sit in the vehicle with the doors and windows closed, and if you smell any exhaust, you need to have the vehicle exhaust system inspected. If it sounds good and smells good, take it for a drive. Listen for any louder than usual engine sounds that come from underneath or around you. This could indicate that there are some gaps that open up while the vehicle is in motion. You might also want to listen for rattles or clattering that comes from improperly hanging exhaust systems. Usually the systems are suspended from a series of clamps or rubber harnesses, hangers, that make a noise when not properly installed. After the exhaust system, The alignment of the vehicle is one of the most important elements to inspect. You'll need to find a flat road surface to drive down. Just check for any unusual handling characteristics like pulling to the left or to the right, vibrations, or any strange sounds. If you detect any of these, tell the repair person that the alignment needs to be fixed before you'll sign off. If you overlook alignment, you're not only going to risk your safety, you'll wear out your tires prematurely, as well as lower your fuel economy significantly. Another important safety concern is the integrity of the gasoline tank and fuel delivery system. This is located toward the rear of the vehicle, so a rear-end collision could possibly affect the integrity of this. Luckily, a telltale sign of an improperly mounted or damaged fuel containment system is the smell of gasoline. If your gas cap is on tight and you smell gasoline, there is a problem. You need to determine where the gasoline smell is coming from. There are joints throughout the system that can be compromised if things get hit too hard. If a technician overlooks one of these joints, it can allow gasoline to overflow where it doesn't belong. Of course, it causes a smell, but this also causes some serious safety concerns. Get the fuel delivery system repaired before you drive the vehicle. In an accident, your back door is at risk in several ways. The alignment can be thrown off, causing the door to shut improperly. The latch could be damaged, the rear window might not shut correctly, and the spare tire could be crooked or loose. Open and close the door several times to be sure that it aligns properly and also latches securely when it's closed. Lock the doors and give the handle a firm pull. If the door feels a little loose, go inside the vehicle and push at the rear door from the inside. Be sure it doesn't pop open. Also, use a tape measure to check the tolerances around the spare tire. If it doesn't line up to factory spec, have them corrected. Use your remote control to pop open the back window and check that it locks down securely again. If this is misaligned, it may not close properly. If your CRV had a matching spare tire, you need to verify that it is on the vehicle. Remove the spare tire cover and verify that the spare is indeed yours and that it's intact. Verify that the lug nuts are installed correctly, and give it a shake to see if it moves. If the wheel is firmly in place and it feels solid, you're in business. Put the cover back on and padlock it to keep honest people honest. Now, the alignment of your components leads to more than just good looks. Water leakage is a serious problem after collisions. Everything can look good, but when the first big rain comes, your trunk could fill with water. You may have puddles in your backseat or on your rear deck, and your belongings could be ruined. You can give your vehicle a quick water test, either using a garden hose or a car wash. Spray into the areas where the body panels meet and around the windows in order to determine if there are any leaks. Have any leaks fixed in order to prevent mold problems or electrical concerns down the road. Now, if you found this information helpful, you'll enjoy our book about the Honda CRV. We Crave is a very affordable guide with tons of great information about CRV ownership and keeping your vehicle in top form. We welcome you to click on the links below, download a copy for review, and also purchase a copy at our website. Thank you for visiting.
We Crave. My goodness, I didn't know my CRV could get such high gas mileage. How much money would I save on car payments and service if my CRV lasted 250,000 miles? How would you like to give your confidence as a CRV owner a real boost? Here is the latest offering by Aaron Ratzkoff, a professional researcher and informative non-fiction author, dedicated to putting books on the table that can help you improve your life. We Crave is a toolbox filled with ways to save you money as a CRV owner. As an intelligent consumer, I urge you to begin a journey right now. Purchase a copy of We Crave and begin learning and saving today. As you open your copy of We Crave, remember, learning is a door. We have to walk through it.